You know, don't want to record this game, but in order to keep the recording nice and short, you've already seen all this! Because in my original playthrough, before everything decided to blow up like a maniac, I already did this. So I'll see you when I'm at the point with Gorewood. Because that's really the only interesting part. Oh man! It's a thing we've been collecting 100,000 pages for. It's the first chapter of the Book of the Dead! Designed to maybe Salt of Fulgrim. But that's not why we're here, because if I remember, we're not so far from Mr. Gorewood! From Al Gorewood. Quite the environmentalist, I hear. A man who believes in inconvenient truths. You know, the kind that get in the way of things because that's why they're inconvenient. I mean, that's like the definition of inconvenient. I don't even know why there's an argument about that. Well, let's see if we stand a better chance. Oh, he looks as dumb as... Oh, he looks dumber, actually. I don't get why he's made partially of stone and partially out of branches. Sir, I don't think you make any sense, sir. Oh no, I gotta press the B button. Might I say, I really like dash attacks. They are some of the best moves in the game. I like how I can dodge better in Dark Souls than I can in this game, despite this game being 100 fucking times easier. It's probably because the delays are stupidly long. Look at that. The wind's flowing. Well. Now, you might not have seen much on screen, but a whole lot of progress was reached. That thing's fucking dumb. Alright. Apparently my strength is higher now. This is a cool thing while I was on the defense. I like it. It's the arm wrapper 4s. I like it. It looks fancy too. I like that. Neato. Also, I don't give a shit about my policy anymore. Huh. I like how I'm taking a poop on my own stuff. Anyway, now that's out of the way, we can go straight to Fulgrim. There's no concerning ourselves with the titbits and the little itty bitty buddies. Health potions can be found in your pants pocket. Do not forget to put them on your belt. Because if they're not on your belt, they don't count. It's a good joke. I don't like your new stone.
See what I have new items if you have to go.
I don't know if I have...
A bargain.
What is your problem? Okay, so the purple mega super fancy ones all have little glowy black backgrounds. I think that'll help a lot. Okay, let's see how much money we're gonna make. Oh no, we're making too much money. I'm rich. Still haven't found any legendary boots. I think these are also bland. Oh, fuck no. You're kidding me, right? So, you're like, here, take the ski! I forgot. Boots of the Dead chapters don't actually get you anything. They get you access to these places. Oh my god, I was hoping this would just be a 5 minute video of me saying, hey, I'm doing stuff in the background. But apparently this game wants me to commit suicide because it's so annoying. This is a tomb! When you get a Book of the Dead, you get access to one of them. There are 10 pages in each area. They didn't even change the fucking animation. Yeah, there's one of these in each area. There are 10 pages in each area. Put A and B together. Yes, I think the tombs are related to death. I think that goes not just without saying, but that's like the core definition. Oh, what the fuck's this about? There's some mumbo jumbo on this thing, majigs. It's the brutal buckler of frost. It's better than Gorwood. Your fall sucks. A big one. I'm not even saying that as a joke. It's just sad. I do like the fact that there's a big... Like, one thing I do have to say is that walking over money in this game is strangely satisfying. There is just a certain satisfaction to stepping over the stuff.
I cannot.
I wish I did it more often, but most of the money is just sort of there. I like how I absorb stuff. Magic. All pretty good stuff, though. It's gonna fetch me a good bit of penny. I'm sorry about that Dark Souls video where I just talked in a terrible accent all the time.
I cannot.
Why does it give me this many potions? I don't need this many potions. Odds are I came to this tomb well prepared.
I cannot. Impossible.
There are enough potions here to fully restock myself, minus one. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of lame. And nothing's better than what I have. I can only assume because it's all leveled for this particular area. It's not like made to be particularly fanciful. Oh, look, we get some health. Guild found. I would like some resistance on my equipment, if I can be so frank. As much as I'm all for the guild found, it's more a game breaker than anything that I necessarily judge. Oh! Sold. That's incredibly good. Arcane, by the way, is actually the damage you do in your Reaper form. It's not your spells, it's just your Reaper form from what I've read. Really? So what if someone had to go in to pick up his pants? He was like, man, I forgot my pants. I can't believe I forgot my pants. Out of all the things I could forget, my pants, like really? Well, can we go to the Crucible? We probably can. Nope, we can't. I think it's because we have to go to this stupid little thing. We're gonna go there anyway, in case you're curious, because we gotta turn in some quests. Man, what is with me? I'm having dry burps. Oh, fuck! Too much! My teeth, they're freezing! Ah, I hate that. I hate it when my teeth freeze over.
You fought the Guardian. I suppose you might make a warrior yet.
Faith.
In an age of that you survived this trial is a sign of your power. And that your wounds lie deeper than flesh.
What happened to this man's face? It's probably because I beat him up. Or because the Guardian, like, took a step on his face. I did not notice that he looked so beat up.
Good as pot.
And we have lost one of our... Now, what will you kill?
Why did you have me kill him if I'm not supposed to kill him? Seriously, you're supposed to tell... He's like, oh, well, he was a good guy. Great! I feel very good about myself having killed one of the good guys. I'll go stand in an open flame somewhere. That'll sure have been better. I love talking like that guy from the movie. Reaper energy on his ice crows. That's pretty cool. What is this? Arcane attribute. Do I want this and all? Death guard. Critical. Lightning damage. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool. one thing I'd say is that these things last so short. Like a normal shield's like 30 seconds, but I guess it's because you get wrath so easily. I don't care about that dumbass strength stuff. We got some stuff here. I'm gonna go for that health regeneration upgrade because that's really what I want. It's just a little something to help me pump up my health. Anyway. Oh, by the way, that is basically warrior tree versus spellcaster tree. Yeah, I don't think I have to explain which one's which. The left one is the warrior. So now we've done all of that, I don't really care about sticking around this place. There's a couple of quests we still have to do, but we'll come here eventually to turn in the other one, and we'll just do it then. Oh yeah, there's one more place we go to, isn't there? Yeah, this game is like, here are 3 doors. One goes to the final boss, one goes to wherever the fuck you feel like, and the other one goes to just a place. Gee whiz, I do not like this game. It's so boring. I think that's just it. Like, there are games that are bad, and it's something that I've heard so often, and I think this is the game that perfectly captures that. Darksiders was good. It was bad in a few places, but that made it a little bit spicy. You know, they gave it a little bite. And it had a lot of good stuff. And that good stuff shines brighter because there were, like, those tiny little things that made you kind of... But this game does everything by the numbers. It is Call of Duty, but not a good game. Like, Call of Duty works. You can say what you want, but it's a passable game. You can play Call of Duty and be all like, hey, that's a game I'd play. I could play that. But this game is so average, so boring, that its biggest problem is that it's just boring. Everything works. There's nothing good. There's nothing bad. There's lots of bad, actually. But the bad is stuff you have to think about. Like, it's not immediately obvious that the story is fucking terrible. The characters are just flat as cardboard cutouts. If you're used to Mass Effect, this is essentially Mass Effect, but with slightly worse writing in terms of how it handles story elements. But then again, at least in Mass Effect, they gave it their all, and you can sense that they gave it their all, because there's like a person talking about how if you shoot in space, it goes all beepity boop, and you're gonna kill someone in the future. You wouldn't see that in the game like that. You don't have to do that. It's a skeleton. It doesn't work like that. I haven't used my Reaper for... Who cares? Where am I even going? This is going where we're supposed to go. If you wonder why I'm skipping on so many words and letters, it's because, as I said, this game is just so boring! It's go to place A, kill dude B. Great. You want to know what was fun about Darksiders 1? Remember the black hammer? You were like, oh, there's a hammer here. That's probably the black hammer. And then a guy shows up, and he's like, man, I'm a maker. And he's weird, he's super big, and he's like Buff McGruff McSheedly Boo. And you were like, holy shit, who is this guy? And why is he so sexy? And then you have a little fight with him. You have an angel-killing fight. This game doesn't do that at all. It's just like, go to point A. You know what was fun about that? Is that you could win a prize. You could get the prize otherwise, but you won a prize. And you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I got this cool-ass prize. I feel so good. I think I'm gonna make all kinds of sexy sounds. Hey, hey! And it's like, you'll get stuff. But the biggest problem with this is that it's an MMORPG system and that it's all stat-based, so you can never really give a prize that is objectively good or not. Because you can just find new stuff with a better roll. That's the biggest problem of randomly generated content, is that you can't give a good quest reward that is just always useful. Because people can just find more loot and they'll eventually replace it. In that game, well, I guess the gauntlets weren't dude. I just used them because I had to level them up, but that's pretty cool. The door glows, and it has a really nice bump mapping going on. That's pretty cool bump mapping. Kudos to that one. But I don't know. It's like, why give me equipment at all? Just give me experience and gold, and I'll be done. It's all I need from you. I do hate how he can kill his momentum like that for no reason other than, hey, look at me, I'm a magic man. So yeah, the problem with this game is that it does everything... It really does feel like they wanted to make a Darksiders MMORPG, but that got cancelled because they figured out that it wouldn't work with the characters. So then they were like, let's just make a game out of it. And they added some stupid stuff, and the stupid stuff was stupid because it was stupid! soul splitters. I had the soul splitters. Just go down, death. Just save me the trouble of having to cry. Dark Souls Prepare to Cry Edition is nothing compared to this. Which actually is a series someone did about how like the Dark Souls lore is pretty cryful, pretty teary-eyed. That's cool. Okay, so I just go out then. So we have this whole segment of a place I can't even do anything with. What the fuck kind of game design is this? Can someone explain to me what the idea was? Because I get the sensation that the design document for this game was just, we need to make a game. So let's make a game. Yes, we have made a game. We can press buttons and things happen on a television screen when we do. Can I even leave this place? I'm fucking done. This is just so bad. This is so bad! Oh, I get a headache. I don't actually have a headache, but I'm done. This game is so... It has so many flaws.
This is no place for all.
But it has flaws that it tries to cheat by giving you these very vague solutions. The gameplay isn't interesting. My pistol feels like I'm shooting nothing. You know what was fun about Darksiders 1? You didn't really care about your pistol because it was so fun to just smack things around a bit. And here, it's just, it doesn't work. It's not satisfying to switch or use your skills. They all just sort of happen. The other one, you did that Wrath Geyser, stuff flew up in the air 50 miles, and you were like, oh man, look at me, I'm being a cool guy. And you upgraded it, it got bigger. You got your immolation up, you became a Magnum Man. That's fucking cool. Here it's like, more crows. Yay! You want to look like Magic Man? You can do that! Look at you, you're glowing! Yay! That is such an MMORPG effect because it's so boring. Like, it has that style of the original, it just doesn't have the heart. Just sad. I'm just sad this game wasn't what it was supposed to be. No? Like, imagine if Mass Effect's only got a successor that was basically just this. It was Mass Effect, but it was completely designed as an MMORPG, turned into a single-player campaign. All of the story content was just as flat as a cardboard box. Every quest was just, here's a place you can do something. This place exists entirely to do this exact one thing. And there's a collectible. That's it. You won't find any other quests here. You won't find anything super special. Just the quest, which will give you the reward that you would normally find in a place like this. And it will get you a collectible. Oh, and if you miss it, you can't ever get it. So fuck you. I'm a bear. I don't think Mass... It does it. It does do it sometimes. But you find quests. You find stuff, and it's interesting, and it's fun. The gameplay in Mass Effect is better than this. Because this, as I said, is unsatisfying. Because of the randomly generated loot, you can't give weapons punch. Because they're all just numbers. Here's some numbers. And eventually you get used to the fact that enemies flop around the same way all the time. You want to know what's fun? A diverse cast of enemies. So far we've seen the same enemy all over. Guy that looks at you and attacks you with his fisty fists. Remember what we saw all the way in Darksiders? We had the little teleporty guy. We had the massive explosive dudes. We don't have any of that here. It's all just, here's a dude you can beat up with your fancy sword and look cool. You want to know why it was fun to see Indiana Jones do his fancy stuff? You want to know why it was fun to see War beat up a dude? Because we got to see him grovel to do that. Here it's just every enemy is practically the same. The increase between levels is completely negligible. The increase in loot's probably not that great as you might think. And it all just feels like a flatlining heart. Again, like, you killed Tiamat. That was cool, because you saw the fucking bitch do mean stuff. And you were like, I'm going to kill that bitch for killing a griffin. And they got the train guy who was like, man, that guy broke the train. I needed to catch that one. Now it's just fucking broke. And they got the big-ass meanie guy who was like, I'm going to kill you in the prologue. And then you get to kill him. You're like, haha, I killed you. Hey, look, your eye's still gorged out. That's pretty cool. And then you got to fight yourself. You're like, oh man, I'm actually pretty tough. This is pretty fucking cool. And also, enemies appear to be randomly respawning here. That's even worse. Like, look at this! Remember how in Darksiders 1, every area you passed through had a bit of a thing going on? This is wide open space, there's an enemy encounter. Darksiders 1, you got the horse late in game for a reason. Because you only really needed it to traverse the areas you didn't give a shit about anymore. You got the horse after you were done going places. You got access to the serpent holes with the restriction that you could only use it on the ones you visited. This game is just like, we're gonna cut out everything that made the original game slightly interesting. For whose purpose? Couldn't fucking tell you. It's homogenized for an audience I don't even think exists. Look, I'm just gonna complain, and that's all I'm going to do throughout this entire series. I've made it dead obvious that this game is a disaster. Look, I'm certain that someone on the team was still like, I want to keep the feel of the original game going, but he couldn't. The fuck? No. I'm done. I'm just